What's up guys, MonaLisaa please up, and I'm back here again with another video.
Hey, my name is MonaLisaa and I'm a pleaser. I kinda like the way that music molded me. When I was lonely, it had a different way of holding me like no one else. My heart and mouth.
First and foremost, I just want you guys to acknowledge the new intro that took me all day to make. So hopefully you like it. And second of all, get into this new backdrop, like what? But today's gonna be a story time of the worst date I've ever had. And if you guys can relate, let me know in the comments. So I actually moved to North Carolina for a little bit because my sister was pregnant and I wanted to be there for her throughout her pregnancy because her husband was in the military at the time. So I went down to North Carolina. I was living there for a little bit and I actually liked it. I'm not gonna lie, like it was a very nice place and it was very nice scenery. The place I lived in was a military-based town, however, so it was hard to find someone there that wasn't just trying to get married for the money and married super fast and trying to have a baby super fast. There was one guy that I had met down there, and it was actually at a weird time because when I met him, I actually had to come back and attend a wedding that was my cousin's, and you know, so when I met him, I obviously didn't get to know him until I was back in New Jersey. So when I was in New Jersey, we got time to, you know, text and talk on the phone. And honestly, this guy to me was very attractive. He was right in my playing field. He cared about school. He had morals and values and didn't annoy me, because everybody knows there's a lot of times if you text me and you're a guy and you literally ask me what are you doing the first 30 minutes of talking to me, I'm gonna be very irritated. So he actually didn't make me mad, so that was good. Like, he didn't make me mad. I thought he was attractive. We had very good chemistry. Like I said, I thought he was attractive. We literally talked from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep. Like, that's hard, honestly, if you think about it. Like, you don't have conversations like that nowadays. It's just bottomless conversation that is meaningless, honestly. But we had conversation from day in, day out. You know, I like the fact that he was in school. Good guy for me. I think I stayed in New Jersey for like a week. I obviously was coming back. He lived in North Carolina, and he honestly lived about 5 minutes away from me, which I didn't know. So at that week, we got time to, you know, talk to each other and stuff like that. So when I got back to North Carolina, we talked a little bit and we would try to hang out, but it wouldn't really work out. There was one day he actually asked me out and he was like, do you want to go get food? And I was like, cool, like whatever. So he invited me to Denny's, and I've never been to Denny's. Never thought Denny's was a thing. You know, I'm from New Jersey. I don't even know if we have a Denny's here, but I know that there's some places in the South that, you know, you have there that you don't have here. But whatever. He invited me to Denny's, so I got all done up. I got nice. I had my sister do my hair. I had this very nice dress on. You know, it was a zebra print dress, very bodycon. I looked good, okay? I looked banging. I'm waiting for him to get there, waiting for him to get here. Finally, after my stomach was in knots because I'm waiting for you for forever, I got it together, and you know, he arrived. So this is when the whole date went in shambles, literally from the beginning to the end. So I walk out of my door and he's not parked in the front of my building. He's parked in the back, which I thought was very weird. But then again, he probably didn't know my area, so gave him the benefit of the doubt. So I go up to this car door and the door is locked. Lovely. So I'm like knocking on the door and I realize he's on the phone. But he's not just on the phone, like he's on the phone to the point where I can hear it because it's attached to his car. So I'm like, that sounds like a girl's voice. So finally he let me in the car door. I sit down in my seat. He does not acknowledge me because why? He's on the phone with a girl. He's talking, having little casual conversations. He's like, yeah, if you want to come to Denny's, you can totally come. And I'm like, you're trying to invite another girl to a date with me. weird. So the girl had enough sense to be like, no, like, it's fine. Go on your date or whatever. So after they had a conversation, he hangs up and he's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, hi, how are you? Because at this point, I'm just like, this is kind of weird. But I'm like, give him the benefit of the doubt. You have me on a date in a minute. Give him the benefit of the doubt. So, give him the benefit of the doubt. We're having a little conversation. We go to Denny's. I get out of the car. He gets out of the car. And I did not want to walk in front of him because I feel like that's just invitation for guys to feel like they can just like grab your butt. So I didn't want him to think that he could. So I'm like waiting for him and he's trying to be all like, no, you go first. Like, now you're trying to be hospitality. That's crazy. Anyway, I go first. I just felt weird. I did not want to walk in front of him. And sure enough, when I turned around, he was trying to smack my butt. So I literally got back to him and I was like, you go forward. So I didn't know that Denny's was a very conservative place. Because there was a doorman there, and she opened the door, and a door girl, whatever. She opens the door, and she's like, oh my God, you look so nice. Where are you going? And I was like, I'm coming here. And she was like, wow, you're very dressed up. But mind you, I only had like I said, like a summery bodycon dress on and like flip-flops. But whatever. That just proves that I looked bomb, okay? I go in the building or whatever. She wasn't the first one to give me a compliment. There was our waitress that gave me another compliment. Was like, oh my God, you look so nice. Mind you, my date has not told me that I looked nice. He didn't say I looked good. He didn't say he liked my outfit. He didn't say he liked my makeup. He didn't say nothing. He said nothing. So when I'm getting all these compliments from the waitresses, I'm like, that's kind of annoying because my date didn't even say that he liked my outfit. So whatever. I sit down, we order. I remember my mom texting me and I picked up the phone because hello, it's my mother. So I remember texting her back and I was like, I'm very sorry. Like, I don't usually text, but it's my mom and I just want to make sure everything was okay. And he was like, So we order our food and he answers the phone for yet another girl. And they're talking and like, it wouldn't make me mad, but it was just the fact that he was literally like embracing conversation with them. And I'm sitting here like twiddling my thumbs looking stupid because I'm trying to be respectful to you and you're not being respectful to me. Whatever. He gets on the phone with her and he's talking to me and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know that I have a lot of girlfriends and you know, if you're not really okay with that, then I don't really see a future with us. What, sir? Like, what? So I was like, okay, like, that's fine. But I'm still like, you know, that was kind of weird to just like say out of pocket, whatever. Speeding past the date, our conversation was very vague, like, you know, very small talk, which was crazy because like I said, we had such good conversations via text messages. So I'm just like, this is weird. So whatever, get past the conversation and we get the bill. And at the time when I was in North Carolina, I had a job at McDonald's, but obviously the pay rate of North Carolina is different from New Jersey. So I went from making like $9.50 at the job that I was to making $7.25-ish down there. And I wasn't getting all the hours that I obviously got here because I was new. So we get the bill and he's texting on his phone. So I'm like, since we playing this game, I start texting on my phone. But you can tell the waiter just like wanted to take our check and she kept coming back, you know, leaving, come back, leaving, like, are you guys good? And he just kept texting on his phone. So I pick up the bill to like break the ice or whatever. And he doesn't move a muscle. And I'm like, oh, the bill's kind of low. Because it really was. It wasn't like a lot of money for two people to eat. And he does not move a muscle. So finally I get up and he walks behind me and I give the lady the check because we had to pay up front like IHOP. And I give the lady the check and he's still sitting there. And I'm like, so I'm dumb enough to pull out my wallet because I'm like, I'm not just going to be standing here looking stupid. So I pay for the meal. Mind you, I had no type of money because, like I said, I had a new job. So I paid for the meal. So I'm not the type of girl where, you know, I expect the guy to pay, but I kind of expected him to at least go half and half with me, because I mean, it's a date. Like, you don't know me like that, I don't know you like that, so at least you can do is pay for your meal. But whatever. Mind you, we literally, the Denny's that we went to was literally not even 2 seconds away from my house. So it's not like you like drove far for you to be like, oh well, she should pay because, you know, I drove her here, anything like that. I literally could have walked there, but whatever. And, we leave, and that was around the time that Pokemon Go was like a thing. So he was like, let's go Pokemon hunting. So we go, and sure enough, we get like 5 minutes away from Denny's. We're like catching stuff, and he gets stopped by this couple, and they're talking for a hot minute. And I'm like, this guy is the most popular guy I have literally ever met. Literally. So they talk for a hot minute. I'm sitting here catching stuff. He does not introduce me to his friends. Nothing like that. So after we get done from there, he's like, you know, do you want to hang out a little bit more? And I was like, no, like I gotta get home, because at this point I'm not having a good time. At this point I'm kind of irritated. At this point I'm kind of feeling like you're just hanging out with me when you were singing a different tune when you were texting me. So I go home, go in my house, and of course like an hour later he texts me. He's like, I had a really good time tonight. I dubbed that. The next day he's like, hey, good morning. Dubbed that too. Honestly, looking back on it, I probably should have just told him, like, you know, I thought you were kind of rude that date, because now I'm a little bit more mature. But it was weird because, like, he tried to text me the next day and, like, act like none of it ever happened. And that kind of, like, annoyed me, because you weren't very hospitalic on the date. You weren't very nice on the date. You didn't really engage me in a conversation. You didn't act like it was a date. But you literally said, when you come back, you know, let's go out to eat or something. This is, like, I want to go on a date with you. I want to pursue you. You said that. So, child, yes, that was the worst date I've ever had. I mean, I haven't really had a lot of dates, but that goes down in horrible date history. But anyway, if you like this video, if you have any stories of your own, I'd love to hear them. Please like, comment, subscribe, and like I always say, paint your picture, frame your beauty, and embrace the love. Bye, pleases.
MonaLisaa, I heard you a teaser. Now I got you on your knees. Now you actually a pleaser. Ask me for a feature.